let's talk about lighting. In this video, I'll be showing you my personal presets that I use with my D series lights from Marggoo, and I'll show you how it works. I'll also talk about the importance of lighting in the hobby that we have right now, which is the planted tank and the aquascaping in general, basically. And I'm talking about lighting, but this is the only light that I have. Wait a minute. What's up guys, Chris Jacob here, and today we're gonna be talking about lighting. And we're gonna be unboxing this Marggoo MA02 D45, the 42 watts with Programmable Sunrise-Sunset. We'll be talking more about that and how this is used and what the importance of lighting basically in your tanks. Alright, so let's start off by what's inside the box when you buy it. What's included in the kit, basically. Alright. So that's your light. Has a 10-inch full aluminum body radiator for added cooling. It gets a little hot when it's in full power. So you have the adapter. You have your brackets. You have the foot right here. The cord. It also comes with the hanging wires. So if there's, if you could mount it in the ceiling, or if you have a light stand that you could use for you to be able to mount it, it will be really, it will be cleaner compared to using the brackets. Personally, that's my personal preference, but it's still up to you. Alright, so this is the light itself. Marggoo. And this is where you set it up. Okay, so I'll show you later how to toggle the presets and how to set up the timer, how to set up the time, how to do the manual mode, and how to set up basically the main feature of this lighting is the Programmable Sunrise-Sunset, the Programmable Sunrise-Sunset feature. Alright guys, so this D45 is already mounted and placed into a 50 centimeter tank. Now, what you're seeing on screen is the manual mode. So once you plug in this light, it immediately goes to the manual mode. Now the A right here the A is your white light. So it's at 100%, so all your white lights are at 100%. And your B is the red, green, and blue, otherwise known as RGB. So it's at 100%. So you have full control between your color lights, which is the RGB, versus your white light. So you can mix it together. Now, you can reduce your white lights, and as you can see, in the background it's decreasing, so 5% intervals for the manual setting. So right now it's all RGB, so your white lights is at 0% and your red, green, blue, which is the B, is at 100%. So alright, so this knob right here, when you press it, do a long press, it's gonna change and it will take you to the timer function. So this is the timer function of the light. It's up to you if you want to set the time first, but it's not really It's up to you if you want to set up the time, but it's not required for the timer function, so you can go directly into timing. Now you have 4 presets for the timer function. You have the 6 hours, the 9 hours, the 12 hours, and the 18 hours. So you notice it went straight to the timer mode already, because if you say, for example, highlight the 6 hours and you leave it there, and even if you don't press it, it's going to anticipate that you want that 6-hour timer function. So say, for example, we want to set it at 9 hours. So highlight it, and then you can press it. Now you will see at the top left, it says 9H, which is 9 hours. So it's 9 hours starts from now when we set it up. And during the timer function, you have the ability to still change the power distribution of your lights. So say, for example, I already set it up to go 9 hours for the time. I wanted to just change it up and then just, you know, put the white light to 0. The timer still goes on, it doesn't reset. So it still continues to count down that 9 hours. So regardless if you change the setup, you know, say 15% and 0%, you know, change it up however many times you want it, the timer still continues and does not reset. So after the timer's done, it's not gonna be totally, or it's not gonna go totally off at 0%. What it's gonna do is it's going to go, it's gonna go on moonlight 1% RGB mode. So A is going to be 0 and then B is going to be 1%. So that's it's going to be on standby mode. That's the timer's standby mode. And then on the next day, at this time of the day, it's going to turn on again, the same setup or the same settings that you set it up the day before. Now if you want to go out of the timer function, then you can just go ahead and just long press the knob. It's gonna take you here, and then long press it again. It's going to take you to this one. This is the function that the D series or D45, there are like 30, 45, 60, 90, 120. So this is where we set the programmable sunrise-sunset. So this is where we set up the programmable sunrise-sunset function of the D series. So all of the D series Marggoo lights have this function, and this is what they are known for. Aside from the great power that they have. So for this one, we have for the D30, D45, D60, D90, and D120. All of them all had the sunrise sunset function. So let's go ahead and set it up. So initially, you want to set up the time. So if it's, say for example, already 1:30 in the afternoon, then you set it up at 1:30. That way it's going to follow the correct time of the day. And then long press. It's going to take you back to this one. You press program, short press. So you have, if you're going to notice there, you have TP1, TP2, TP3 until TP7. So TP1 basically is your initial preset that you're going to be setting. Ideally, if you want the light to be at 0%, or if you want the light to turn off after all the settings that you entered, TP1 basically needs to be at 0, 0. So say for example, you want your light to start its sunrise function, meaning it's gonna turn off and gradually increase the power. You say, let's say you start your photo period, or you start your lighting period at 12 12 noon, let's say. So at 12 noon, you set this up. TP1, let's do 12 o'clock. So at 12 o'clock, you set it up at 00. Meaning, you're telling the light, okay, until 12 o'clock, you have to be at 00%. So you have to be off. Now, if you want your sunrise to be like maybe 30 minutes, gradual increase going to the power that you desire for your photo period. So set it up from 12 to 12:30. Let's say you want to set it up to 100%. So you're telling the light, okay, at 12 o'clock you're still at 0, but at 12:30 you have to be at 100% already. So your light will gradually increase from 0 to 100 in a span of 30 minutes. So from 12 noon until 12:30, it's going to gradually increase that power to 100%. Now, let's say your photo period, you're doing your photo period for 6 hours a day. So you want to tell your light, okay, at 12:30, you're already at 100% and you need to sustain that power for 6 hours. So until, by the way, it's doing 24 hour mode. So until 6:30, you're still supposed to be at 100%. So you're telling the light, okay, from 12:30, you're supposed to be at 100%, and then you have to maintain 100% power until 6:30 in the evening. Now, from 6:30 in the evening, you're done with your photo period, so you still have a couple of presets or a few presets still. So you can say maybe at 7 p.m. you want your lighting to be dim. So you know, it's dim enough, not too bright. You just want those colors to show off and be like a night light at home, because it's nice like that. So you just set it up. Say TP4 at 7 o'clock, you need to be at 5% white and then 50% RGB. And then at TP5, say for example, at 8 p.m., you already want your light to be turned off already. So put everything at 0. So 8 o'clock, TP5 00. Watch out for the other TP. You also have to set them up at 0%, because if not, the light will follow those settings and it's not gonna be turned off. And TP7 also 8 o'clock. Then put it at 0%. So you're telling your light, okay, at 8 p.m. I want you to be off. And then from 8 p.m. you're telling your light, from 8 p.m. until 12 noon the next day, you're supposed to be still turned off. You're only allowed to turn on and increase your power gradually when it's already 12:01 at noon. So basically, that's how it works. Once you've already set up the time, once you've already set up the programmable sunrise-sunset function, then you can just leave your light alone. You don't need to plug it in a timer outlet or anything like that, because it has its own programmable function already. Alright, so that's Marggoo MA02 D45. That's 42 watts of max power output with the programmable sunrise-sunset function. I will also put the other models of Marggoo down below, as well as the other equipments that we feel would be beneficial for you to be able to get those results that you like. For newbies, here's my tip to you guys. Know your equipment and do your research. Before doing anything else, before putting something new into your tank, others may already have tried it out. Learn from the mistakes of others. You know, enjoy the process. Don't rush things. Don't think that in the beginning, once you already have that new tank set up, all those hardscapes already there, all those plants are inside your tank already, the more photo period you put in and give your plants, the faster it grows. That's not true. Okay? When you're dealing with a new tank, start off with doing like maximum of 6 hours. 4 to 6 hours would be enough because you're still waiting for that tank to mature, your filter to mature, for the beneficial bacteria to build up in your filter. I'll also talk about that more in the next videos. But again, stick to 4 to 6 hours if you have a new tank. If that tank matures, then you can slowly increase the photo period to maybe 6.5, 7 hours, but do it in gradual fashion. If you like right off the bat set up a new tank and then go straight up 8 hours, 9 hours, chances are you're gonna be dealing with algae right from the beginning. And I'm telling you, it's not cool to deal with. Yes, algae is a part. It's a part of the hobby. But if you can avoid it, that's the thrill of it. You know, avoiding it and dealing with it, avoiding preventive measures and everything like that. That's actually one of the thrills in going into the hobby of aquascaping. If you're in doubt and if you're unsure of what you're going to put or if what you're going to do, you have social media there. You have Facebook, you have groups, you have Instagram, you have YouTube, like this. You have YouTube, you can research, you can check it out. More often than not, 90% or 80% of the time, you're gonna get exactly what you need for you to be able to learn more about what you're going to do. Okay? So enjoy the process. If you can, start off with the right equipment. Start off with the quality equipment, good performance. Everything else will follow. So if you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. If you like this video, please click on that like button. If there are other things that you would like us to do a video on, please put it on the comment section below and we'll see you on the next video.